Welcome to the Scene Snobs Podcast.
The podcasts are alive with the sound of music on Halloween. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Scene Snobs 300th episode. Thank you so much for joining in. It also happens to fall on our favorite holiday of Halloween. And of course, we're all coming dressed. That's right. We're all coming dressed as some of our most hated characters in our most hated horror movie, or not just horror movies, but any movie in general, as you can see. I'll let you guess. But we're going to have a lot of great guests here tonight, and I'm so excited for it. And they're all going to be covered too when I introduce them. But we'll get there in just a second. Let's see who's in the comments. Master Shake. He was here first. He's the man, he's the myth, he's the legend, and we appreciate him. I will say one thing, having these here for effect was fun, but I don't want a background. I want to see my fun back wall. That's what I want to see, so I'm taking that off. Now you can just look at Maria. Layla's, at some point I probably will. And thank you, Harvester Sturdy, 300. That's right, the 300th episode of the Scene Snobs Podcast. We are here, and we're doing it. So we have some guests here tonight. And we're going to come in, we're going to talk to them, we're going to have a good old time. But I wanted to do something special for the 300th, and I thought that was important to really kind of surprise everyone and maybe, you know, bring somebody in who, you know, he just, absurdity kind of leaks off of him. Let's be real, because the man knows absurd, and that is Casey, the Howling Mad Man plot. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you, buddy. What a fantastic introduction.
Thank you for joining tonight, man. Happy Halloween, sir.
Happy Halloween, my friend. It's a pleasure to be with you, as always. Are we staying covered for a bit, or how is this working?
Well, I figured one by one I'd bring everybody on.
Okay.
And you would all show off your costumes. So whenever you're ready to unveil, I'll do a little. Here we go, a little drum roll.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
There it is.
Hi, everybody.
Are you Hollow Man or are you Invisible Man?
No, see, I couldn't get the latex thing to work. So trying to use latex, it turned into way too much. And I was like, gauze, going with gauze, because Hollow Man 2, which, yes, there is a Nightmare Hollow Man 2 with Christian Slater. They use gauze. So it's a lovely combination, an homage, a throwback. And I didn't really like the first one either. So the original was terrible.
Well, I think they used gauze in the original Invisible Man, so that works. Claude Rains, you're pulling it off.
Exactly.
I love
Boom.
it. Gloves and all. Well, let's bring everybody else in as we're going, and I'm going to bring them in one by one. So this man who's coming on next has some very educated, thought out, smart, logical things he says. That's
good
right.
with the words and stuff.
He's the good with the words, except for a few different words he doesn't clearly know, and that is that Jaws is stupid or Scream is overrated. And so let's welcome to the show, Dan. Welcome.
What's up, guys?
How are you?
What's up, buddy?
I wasn't letting you get away with that
Casey.
one.
It's great to see you, sir. Or not see you.
Not see you at the moment. Well, Dan, would you like? How about I drum roll you? You ready?
Drum roll.
Woo! He hates that man so much. So actually, before we move on, I want to ask this fucking pixie haircut. How do they do it? Mary, Mr. Antonio, whatever your name is. How do you do this with your hair in the 80s? I don't understand it. Sandy Duncan, explain it to me, please.
More Eddie, please.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave the eye open. I'm gonna be like He-Man emo right now.
Strong. And I see Dan's down there and not a fan of the Stab movies, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, not
and
at
I
all.
wanted to ask, who's your least favorite killer in the Scream series?
Ooh.
You think about that one. Let that one marinate.
Yeah, it's the second one. The lady. The lady.
Laurie Metcalf playing.
Yeah, Laurie Metcalf. That's my least favorite one.
Christ, it looks like My Chemical Romance that they fell into a vat of meat.
You're the mid part of like a Joker, emo Joker. Like,
oh, I like that a lot. All right, we got two more in the green room, and I want to bring them on. We're going to bring on our next guest. We love him. He's been around for a long time. He's one of three. He's a big geek. Jason Taylor. Welcome.
What is up, everybody?
hey, buddy.
All of Dan's opinions are wrong. Casey, it's a very nice surprise to see you.
Always pleasant surprise, guys. This is awesome.
Yeah, man. And it's our 300th. We're having some fun. Dan's opinions are wrong. I can't believe you put that. Ridiculous. All right, we got one more guest sitting in the green room. I feel like Maria at the moment. And we're going to bring him on, and we're going to get to your comments, and we got some fun stuff to talk about. But without further ado, the man, the myth, the legend, my good buddy who holds me upright, Sir Sturdy himself from the Horror Sir Sturdy podcast. Welcome to the show, sir.
Sturdy.
What's up, gentlemen? It is an honor to be on here. Casey, I am so fucking happy to hear your voice, man.
It's marvelous to see
tonight.
you. Great to hear your voice as well, sir.
And I'm coming right on here. I ain't even wasting no damn time. Did you want to do a countdown for me, Mick?
Yeah, let's do it. Drum roll. Oh, I forgot to do it for Jason, too. Drum rolls for both. Let's see what you both got.
Boom.
Oh!
The Purge and Casey. I realized the reason I didn't give you your own drum roll was on purpose, though, because I saw your costume earlier when you showed it. And then I saw Casey's in the green room, and I'm like, I should have brought Jason on last. So I was like, I'm just not going to tell him to put his thing on yet.
Well, it's fine. Jason, which one are you for? Which one are you representing?
Oh, I am the Mummy.
Oh, perfect. See, there you go. Totally different.
Movie. That shitty Mummy movie.
I want to say thank you to the Video Store Clerks podcast. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. James MCD Reviews. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Radar's here. He says, Happy Halloween. He says, hey to us. Love it. Appreciate you being here, buddy. The lovely Mrs. Snobs is here. And yeah, guys, so it's Halloween. What has everybody done? What do we do at around 40 years old for Halloween now? Like what was our days like? And I'm going to start with you, Casey. Let's bounce it off. I just want to do a roundtable real quick, talk about our days on Halloween.
Well, it was a simple day of battling ghouls and ghosts and goblins and trying to avoid hitting them as they're all out at like 4 p.m. now. I'm not used to this early Halloween thing. So as I'm driving around to pick up my daughter, I'm just noticing everyone just surrounding all the areas so early. So by the time I grab her, most everybody's done. So we just wound up going out to dinner and enjoying a nice, relaxing dinner for Halloween. It was actually very quiet and not the traditional Halloween I'm used to. So yeah, welcome to 40, I guess.
Nice. Thank you so much, man. And that's awesome. And a nice dinner does. I didn't even have dinner. Fuck. I'm going to eat. Spielberg, you motherfucker. All right, Sturdy, you go. What are you doing for Halloween right now? I'm not going.
Hold on. My audio just cut out.
Good. Because you're wrong with your opinions. Your opinions on Spielberg are wrong. He made Poltergeist. I love it.
He's better than that movie.
My day started with trying to lead K through 8 students in a parade.
Oh, that's amazing.
I was dressed up like Thing 2 or Thing 1. The guy that I'm co-principal with was Cat in the Hat, and then our student behavior specialist was Thing 2.
Nice.
And then I don't know. I came home and watched a little bit of Joe Bob while I waited for the show. To be perfectly honest, the neighborhood we're in, I think it's a little too adjacent to neighborhoods that maybe kids shouldn't be walking around in. But Michigan, it still starts at like 6 or 7 or something like that.
Okay, so like more normal time.
Yeah, but I remember as a kid in Ludington, it's starting at 5 and going until 9. So now they only got 2 hours. That's it.
I mean, yeah, when I was a kid, we were all the way from like 5 to 10. 10 o'clock was by the time you got home.
The little kids.
You want to know what the scariest thing is, though? Tim got an inch of snow today.
Yeah, and you're not that far away from, right? You're an hour or so.
He's lake effect. We didn't get any snow. We got some like flurries, but we didn't get any snow, and so no snow for us. But yeah, he had to put on Halloween with an inch of snow.
Jesus.
Oof.
All right, Sturdy, what about you, man? How's your Halloween so far? What did you do at your age to celebrate Halloween?
So what did I do today? I watched, what movie did I watch earlier? I watched Zombieland. I went out and got this mask, watched more horror, did a podcast earlier. Did 2 shows earlier, which Jason, you were on both. Mick, you were on the last one. And so this is what we do at this age now.
Talk about Halloween and all the yesteryear.
Yeah, and horror movies and all that fun stuff and what we used to do as kids and what we would do when it's too cold out and we're at that age where it's like, it's not even, forget it.
I would rather sit at home. Where's it warm? That just makes more sense. Let's use logic. you know, where I can
Exactly.
kick back, relax, you know, have a beverage of my choice while handing out, you know, diabetes to children. It's great.
Boom.
Hey, listen, as somebody who had diabetes and kicked it, they're good. They'll be fine. It's all good. They'll hang in there and it'll be all
I mean, we did it, so they need to toughen up.
I mean, yeah. let's make them toughen up. Let's just say, hey, stop bitching and moaning. If you can be that much of fighters in school, you can fight diabetes.
Diabetes. Fight it.
Just like Wilford Brimley.
Oh my god, dude. Wilford Brimley is the fucking best. I remember meeting that guy, and he is exactly as he comes. Like
Awesome.
he is 100% the character he was in The Firm. If that
I
makes
believe that. Absolutely.
I was hoping you would say the character he was in The Thing.
Or Cocoon.
No, he's way more personable in The Thing. Like, he's nice. He was nice. I mean, he's gone now. Rest in peace. He was a nice guy. I didn't dislike him or anything, but he's definitely gruff. Like, he's definitely the guy that he always let. Like, you always kind of felt like, oh man, this dude. He was a Marine. He could probably kill me in like 3 seconds, and that never went away. You know,
It's like if Harrison Ford gets another like 5 years, he's going to become the Wilford Brimley of our generation.
Maybe.
Yeah, kind of. Well, did you see recently? Well, I don't. Maybe you guys didn't see it, but recently I learned that Wilford Brimley was 41 in Cocoon,
What?
and it fucking devastates me to know that I'm 41.
Yeah, but you look better than that. No offense. to
Way
him.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. But it brings me back to the idea of what the hell happened to people like before, whenever we started looking human. I don't know. Like, what happened to people of the past, like our parents and the generations before? They look like old suitcases.
Smoking.
Ooh,
Hard
that's
smoking and
very
hard drinking.
Hard
Absolutely.
smoking. No SPF. They don't wear sunscreen.
Definitely don't hydrate. Not enough water. They never drink
Yeah.
water.
point. They probably didn't, because
lot
they
of
didn't have
drugs.
wells where they were.
Mhm.
We know it's the
That's
well.
they're not that old. Oh my god.
What was this
But-
central
I don't
air
know.
and running water you people have? I still ran a grist mill. Like,
Keep in mind, on the prairie, where most of them grew up, it's
They all grew up on the prairie, Mick. They'd all of
Everybody-
them?
obviously.
I assume that everyone that just is older than I at some point lived on a prairie.
Nebraska and Kansas was basically highly populated during our parents' children's years, and then all of a sudden they decided it was eastern and westward expansion. That's what you have to
Yeah,
teach
we
them.
took over. What? I'm gonna. You know what? I'll bet you that population of the U.S. in 1950. Right? I'm gonna find out right now.
Ooh, 4.1. No, wait, 3.2 billion.
No, the U.S. population.
Yeah.
No, there's not 3.
Or not,
In
sorry,
1950 billion now.
Oh my god.
I would say it's 200.
300.2 million.
Okay, I'm going 250. Actually, no. Let's do this. Price is right. 211.
157.8 million people in this country.
Whoa.
So there was
Oh,
more than enough room to grow up on a prairie. I don't want to hear it.
Well, but that's just it, Mick. They weren't there.
No, but they were. That's what I'm saying now. That's history. If we can change history in schools all over, I can change it as my revisionist history. It's a mictory.
Mick just feels like people were on the prairie. That's what they keep partying.
Mick history. Yeah, exactly.
They look like they were born on a prairie. They look like every woman in a John Wayne movie that nobody was going to marry.
Perfect. Yes, a bunch of Maureen O'Hara's.
Oh, Maureen O'Hara was gorgeous. Like, there were some homely,
She's gorgeous, but she's never got married that I remember.
Listen, they may be beautiful in real life, but in those movies, like, a lot of them look homely.
I have to
Just-
know, Sturdy, Jason, do you guys really not like Frankenstein and the Mummy?
No, this is from The Purge. I don't like the Purge movies.
Oh, I've never seen
Just
any
the
of them.
first one.
It sounds like the stupidest idea I've ever heard of. So
It is.
well, first off,
What?
Dan, I watched some movies today and worked, and then went on Sturdy shows. And
Yeah,
then,
we're getting to you. Don't worry.
I know. I hate the Mummy.
like
I've
the
not-
original? You hate the
But I
original
think-
Mummy.
I've not seen it. I
Oh.
wanted to be something that would piss you off, so I came as a mummy. I disliked the Brendan Fraser ones quite a bit.
What?
I'd rather watch the Tom Cruise one.
I like the Tom Cruise one, so
Wow.
So that was good.
Wow.
We had a good time with that.
I mean, the Tom
can't
Cruise one
pick
was
him for
definitely
that,
not
Mick.
bad.
Mick, you
See,
can't
all
pick
right.
Jason.
All right, we have our new debate for this episode.
Oh,
all right,
good.
all right. Here's the thing about the Tom Cruise from me, and then I'm going to shut up and let you guys talk because I want to hear what everybody has to say about this movie. it could have been really good. I don't blame the failure of the Dark Universe that they were doing on The Mummy, but they made a lot of missteps about The Mummy in that movie. And I don't think that it was Tom Cruise in the casting of it.
There's a lot of mistakes with that whole thing because they literally took a cast photo for 12 movies they haven't made yet.
Yep.
We even started production on. But no, I think it's a fun movie. I don't know, man. The Brendan Fraser ones I just never got into. I don't know why. It just wasn't my thing.
Because you're a communist.
No, it's funny because, I'm the guy who likes everything. And whenever I don't like something, it's always something that other people love.
I don't get that like with this movie because I definitely understand why people love the Brendan Fraser. And it's not really campy. It's just adventurous. It works.
Yeah.
All of it like flows really well. So like that's why it's my favorite version of the Mummy. Boris Karloff, of course, I love him. I don't love that version of it. It's not a go-to for me in the Universal Monsters, but I just don't blame the remake with Tom Cruise on Tom Cruise. I don't think the movie's terrible. I just think it really needs to be reworked.
I think it was one of those movies that fell short. I think it was one of those movies that just all of the timing wasn't quite right. The fact that the editing struggled, the fact that the story had areas where we're like, how did that happen? How did that plot point just get kind of jumped into? Whereas at least with the Brendan Fraser Mummy, we follow a genuine storyline. It's action-y, adventure-y. I thought the Mummy himself was fantastic. The guy who played the Mummy was wonderful. It was menacing and gave more of the power of the mystical side of the Mummy, as opposed to the sort of demon-like one in the Tom Cruise remake. So, and I thought that was well done. It just, just fell short. It's just some movies just don't hit the mark. And that was one of them. I think the Brendan Fraser one, bang for my buck, was perfect. I think everything about it was perfect. And Benny as the comic relief was ideal. Everything else was very well done. Seriously.
I get why people like it 100%. The Tom Cruise one suffers from the same thing Batman v Superman did, which they tried to make this huge universe out of this one movie without, building a good house of cards with a solid base. But anyway, it's still fun.
And both of their mothers' names were Martha.
That's such a stupid movie, dude. I'm sorry, your argument is void.
So was Tom Cruise's mummy's mom's name was Martha as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
I just think it's a forgettable film. It's like not bad, just forgettable. As far as it, so to put it on the Miyagi line, it's below it. People talk about it like it's one of the worst movies ever, and like I don't know. I saw it in the theater. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
People talk about the Mummy the way you talk about Jaws. You're just wrong though.
I think Jaws is a good movie.
I don't think you do. Everything you said about Jaws does not convince me you think.
I think Jaws is a good movie, but people put like Jaws, Jurassic Park. What's another really like beloved movie that people put like in the pantheon?
You mean for rightfully so because they're truly amazing movies?
No, they're not.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
That's a great movie, but not perfect. That's the thing is like Jaws is a good movie. That's it. Period. Like it's not. I wouldn't put it on a Rushmore. I mean that's the thing is like it's an imperfect film. The first third is a waste of my time. There you go.
Wow.
I'm telling you right now, you're 100% wrong.
One day I want to know what your Rushmore is,
except for Jurassic Park and Jaws. Like those are like it hurts me. It hurts my head and my heart. Sturdy, what's going on with you? Who have you killed today during the? I mean, who have you? What do you think on all this? Weigh in.
I disagree with them on Jaws and the Mummy movies. I haven't watched. I'm not really a fan of Mummy. They just don't really intrigue me to watch them. I will, but
even more reason to watch it. Then I'm telling you, you'll love it. And honestly, you can do them for horror with Sir Sturdy. They are.
Oh yeah,
technically horror
adjacent. Or I can do them on Popcorn and Pints either. Or I can still talk about them.
Sturdy doesn't like Indiana Jones. There's no way he's gonna like.
I hate Indiana Jones. Talk about overrated waste of time. Jesus. Again, I told you guys I like the Dora movie better than that. It's a better adventure. It's a more entertaining adventure. So does the Goonies. Those types of adventures are just better with like a group of kids and a grown man in a hat.
Well, this was the saddest 300th episode I've ever found.
I know, right?
The fucking Indiana Jones movies, dude. What did you only watch the last two?
No, we did them on Popcorn and Pints. We went through all of them and reviewed them, and I was just like, these movies suck.
Mind-boggling.
No, I could see why I didn't ever go back to them. Like I watched them and enjoyed them as kids, and then like haven't ever thought about them until we did them on the podcast, and I see why.
Dude, I don't know. I have no idea how an opinion can be like. How did you create an opinion that's even more wrong than Dan?
Listen, man, it's an opinion. I can't like it just because everyone likes it. It's boring. And like,
Hey, okay, how about this? I'm kind of with it. Like, I think there's only one excellent Indiana Jones movie.
Temple of Doom.
Nick just
He micked himself.
put himself backstage.
What the hell is this? What is happening? You're no longer my Von Trapp.
Dude, I'm sorry, dude. Like here, this is the thing is like the first one is phenomenal. Like it's a masterpiece. It's a damn near perfect film.
Agreed.
The second one
It's awesome.
has some issues. I like, especially the plot and the casting. The third one was fun. I think Crystal Skull is underrated, but not above the Miyagi line.
Miserable.
Awful.
This is why it's underrated. Is like people are like, it's one of the worst movies of all time. I don't know. It's fun to watch in the theater. And the new one made me cry at the end. I teared up some.
It was decent.
I
might
have to quit. Am I Mandela effect by humans? Like
you went to 300 and you're done. See, what happened is you actually are a Spartan now, and this is as far as you were supposed to go. And now Xerxes is about to just roll right through you with all this hate towards Indy. I don't get
What
it.
is this Crystal Skull you speak of, Dan? I've never heard of that movie.
Yeah, it was a sci-fi special. Don't worry about it.
It's seriously, it was fun. I mean, it's below the Miyagi line, but it was fun to watch in theaters. Like, I don't think it was a worst film. Like, that's the thing is like, where's your line? Like, we talked about that on Mick at Night. Where is your line? Like,
I would argue that everyone but the first one is probably below the Miyagi line.
Well, I don't know.
so you're
The
kind
first
of with
one-
me then.
Maybe
Indiana Jones-
Last Crusade is on the Miyagi line.
So you're kind of with me.
Yeah,
hold
but
on.
I don't think they're as bad as being pushed.
Raiders of the
I don't
Lost
think they're
Ark. All of that happens whether Indiana Jones is there or not.
Mhm.
No, all right. No. I'm blocking the Big Bang Theory logic being brought to my show. This is episode 300. That's not true. That isn't true. No.
I mean, Raiders.
I did dress as Indiana Jones for my first grade Halloween.
I like Indiana Jones. I was just pointing that out because he really doesn't have any.
How about
No, we don't talk about Big Bang. No Big Bang logic here. I don't care. I don't even care if it's real. I don't even care if they're like, hey, no, that's legit. Like, that's real physics. I don't care. No Big Bang logic here. And I'm not like a hater of the show, but fuck that show.
I'm not a hater, but I hate that.
Okay, sure. But what?
But like they are a poor representation of geeks.
Concur.
And they make them look like fucking losers. And
they make
in
fun of
reality,
they make
the
fun
guys
of Greek.
What
the
were you
guys
gonna
that
say,
they were
Sturdy?
portraying in those movies are like right here, except we're not physicists. But I do know physicists.
Mhm.
I just don't know what the hell they do.
I could play a physicist in a damn movie though.
You could.
Idea.
I see it. Sturdy, the physicist, Dr. Sturd.
Yep,
Yes.
Dr. Third, at your service. What do you need? No, you can't
I-
have that.
I wanted to get your guys' opinion on this. So
Oh, here we go.
there's a lot of celebrities who have been at Halloween parties this weekend.
Mhm.
There's currently a SAG strike happening,
Yep.
and SAG is coming out against these celebrities that are dressed up as movies, especially like the newer movies. If you're dressed up as Barbie or some other shit, they don't like that because they feel like you're pushing for the movie.
Yep.
I think, like, listen, I understand unions. I'm not against them, but I do think that when it's Halloween, you're pushing it too far with your demands. What do you guys think about that? Like, I feel like this is a completely different industry. I get not talking about the films, even though I think that hurt a lot of new actors' TV shows this past season.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
because it is what it is. Like, the biggest sufferers of this were the people with the newest projects, are at the end of it. But yeah, so for me, hearing that and hearing SAG come out and kind of seeing the fuck you from the celebrities, like, I don't care. I would love to hear what you guys think. Let's go around the horn. Let's start with Sturdy because I feel like Sturdy, I put you in no man's land, and we'll work our way backwards.
Too hot. I say if they don't let them do it, then dress up as those people that aren't letting you do it. This is why it isn't coming out, because of these faces right here. And I'm not saying to hurt these people, but it's like, let's put pressure on them to give us what we deserve, and boom.
Well, it's not the studios that's telling them no. It's the people that
The higher
are-
ups, the people with the people with the fat pockets, the people who have no talent but they have the fat pockets, and call the shot and fuck shit up. a lot,
Yeah.
a whole lot. So dress up as them for Halloween. That's the scariest shit you could be. But I mean, no, seriously, they should be able to dress up as the characters they were for these movies that just came out, especially if their kids want to and all that. They want to do a whole family thing of one of these specific movies. Why the fuck not?
Yeah.
Let's kind of let them still have their fun and enjoy this wonderful holiday. Then go back to the dumb shit November 1st.
Fair. How about you, Jason? What do you got? What do you think?
I mean, dude, some of these people have families, man. You're ruining their time with their kids. Like, these are memories. Your kids don't get younger. Like, maybe make a rule that they can't go as their own movies. Like, I don't know, but like, let's calm down a little bit. Just a little bit. It's one day out of the year. You know, these people, they want to go out and celebrate holiday. So many people.
Sorry. That was just
Oh my
that was a good one.
Oh, I'm sure someone dressed as a nanny.
I know, man.
Mr. Sheffield.
Sheffield.
I just think sometimes people take themselves too seriously, and not letting them go out for Halloween, I think it's kind of stepping over that line. Because
I
again,
think it was more along the lines of like going to parties where you know you're going to have photographers taking pictures of you, and it's going to be in like online and in magazines, stuff like that. So I think they were looking at it as like, you're supporting this movie that's right now, we have strike against it, and so I don't think it like affects the kids per se, or like their time like taking them trick-or-treating. I think it's just more like these big lavish parties is kind of what they were going after. But at the same point though, why the fuck not? Like, then don't like just because you get photographed in something, are they not supposed to wear a t-shirt from the movie? You know, like, what if they have a cruise shirt? Like, you just can't have anything if they're walking out and the paparazzi takes a picture of them? I don't know. Dan, what do you think?
I've said it before on the show. Like, I have a serious problem with the invasion of people's privacy. Like, Radar put that comment in there, and I agree with him. It's personal life, not the work life. But I think it goes further. I think individuals who choose to consume paparazzi-esque things are to blame. If they didn't take pictures of it, it wouldn't matter, and the celebrities wouldn't have an issue with their private life. I blame citizens. If there wasn't a demand, it wouldn't happen. I've said it for a long time. I mean, it's a chicken or the egg argument, and my wife and I have gone round and round about it for a long time. But I hate the fact that people consume reality TV or any other, like, whatever you want to call it. I don't even, it's not really paparazzi, Mick. What is that? What do we even call that? Like, that whole world where people are like Truman showing others' lives. They're living vicariously or almost like voyeurist on celebrities. Stop worshiping celebrities.
Yeah.
And then it's not an issue. That's my biggest thing is like, people are constantly like, you know, think about all the clickbait that people click on in terms of that. You know what? Honestly, like, it's, if there wasn't a demand, the paparazzi and other people wouldn't be photographing. If they weren't photographing it, these people could have private lives.
Yeah, for sure. And dude, I'm right there with you. And I do agree that, but I do think that there is a it's almost like a gentleman's agreement within the people who consume this versus the celebrities who are getting into it. Yes, I do agree. I'm not saying that they're at fault. You break into their home or you invade that private area, but when you're out at parties, stuff like that, it's almost like you signed up for this. Now, does that mean that every part of you should be scrutinized? No, but that's, you know, blame can go around forever. But if you're at this party, you're wearing a certain thing, you're doing a certain thing, and it goes out there and people are consuming it, to me personally, I feel like that's like, you've signed up for this part, not the part where they come into your homes or they fuck with you in that way, but like this public part is something that you get into, and and it's not unknown. This has been happening so long. So like, I think that's often overlooked when people get into this industry and then they break out in something and they never thought about look at Travis Kelce right now. His family's coming out and saying, like, you know, not that there's anything negative about it, but they're like, it's changed our lives. It's too much. It's overwhelming.
It's a lot.
You know? That's, of course it is. Your son is a star in his own right, but now dating the biggest star on the planet.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, even to add on to that, though, him and his brother just played each other. I know they're both on offense, but in the Super Bowl, the two teams just recently played each other in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And all that stuff with their mother in the media and all that. So they already got that extra attention just from that alone, from that whole thing. And then Taylor Swift just threw it out of the freaking universe. Like, you know what? Now you guys are going to get so much more attention.
It's crazy.
And I agree. That's absolutely part of celebrity. Like, just to jump on that bandwagon, if you're going to become a celebrity, that's part of the game.
Yeah.
That's part of your popularity. That's part of, you have to stay on top of social media. You have to stay on top of these things and keep pushing yourself and your brand, because that's part of who you are. You're selling yourself.
true.
So
That is
that's a
true.
constant thing you have to do. So unfortunately, you kind of sacrifice part of your private life by gaining that notoriety, by becoming that level of person. So you want to make the big bucks, the millions, and live in that upper atmosphere, you have to accept the fact that you are sacrificing part of your privacy.
Sad but true.
Mm-hmm.
Sad but true.
I mean, it would be great if we lived in a world where that wasn't true. It'd be wonderful if people would respect other people's boundaries and actually allow them to have those. But we don't have that. That's not what. That's not the world we live in, and unfortunately, that's just the way it goes.
Do you think it's because of the famous?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Sturdy. What you got?
I was gonna say, do you think it's because of the famous aspect of that, or because of the rich aspect of that? Like, say if the actors and actresses, let's just say as far as jobs and careers, if everything was on like a level playing field, but some people, their job, they want to be actors, actresses, they're doing all these movies and stuff. Do you think people would be as flattered with them if the finances were like on more of an evil playing field? Maybe you knew them more, yes, because they're in movies that you watch.
No, fame comes with it, because you know plenty of billionaires that you don't know. That's the problem. Like, there's plenty of billionaires in the world. We have no idea who the fuck they are. We've never even heard of them.
But the difference is they wouldn't be millionaires and all that. They'd be making what everyone else makes. It's just they're just doing movies.
That's still fame then, because you find a connection with someone on screen. You find a connection with someone who's done some art that you like. I mean, Van Gogh would, nowadays people would constantly be in his studio were he alive today. It's all that level of someone connects something, and it's a personal connection. I think that automatically vaults you to that level.
Speaking of which, how does Van Gogh answer a phone?
Very carefully.
Very carefully.
He died long before.
Hey-o.
No, I definitely love the points that I'm hearing here. Jason, I think you had a question you wanted to pose.
Yeah, first,
what do you got for me?
I'm going to comment on this celebrity thing. Yeah, I just posted a tribute to Matthew Perry I at the end of it, I said, people, please stop sharing his autopsy reports and stop like bothering his parents. Like, there's a line, not that his death had anything to do with addiction. We don't know that, but I've had people in my life that have dealt with addiction. Like, it's not as cut and dry as people like to make it seem. And just like let the family rest. Like, the dude just passed. But my question, it's based on Matthew Perry as well. So they're not allowed to talk about past projects. So I got a question. So like when they have the funeral, like the people that remember him, they can't bring up memories from when they worked with him on Friends. Like, is there a line for that?
If it's actually televised or in any way being recorded for reporting's sake, then yes, they can't bring any of that up.
So they can't like talk about their time with him really on like the professional level. That sucks, man. See,
they won't. I don't imagine that'll happen. I mean, I've already read a bunch of different posts from different people who have discussed the fact that what he meant to them in their past. And I think we're kind of getting over that point, and I don't think SAG is really enforcing it as much because obviously they're also not stupid. They understand that things are going to happen. There are going to in fact be people out there. Sarah Michelle Gellar is going to be in a Barbie freaking swimsuit. And what are you going to do about it? Nothing. She has nothing to do with that movie.
I think it's, what it is. And honestly, I think what's coming back at these celebrities with these strikes and stuff is, I get why they're striking, especially the writers. I absolutely understood. And I'm not, and a lot of valid points in the SAG strike as well. I get what they're looking for, and there's nothing against that. But it has been for almost the whole year now. Like, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do, like, I haven't reviewed a movie since Mission Impossible because it's everything's struck right now. Like, you can't do anything, and you get. It's just it's a tough time all around. But with these celebrities, they bask in it too. Is the problem. Like SAG, I don't 100% agree with it, but like all of their points, and I don't think they should invade personal life or what you go and do. And you're right, it's not to me. And I think what's turning on its head with this is they're publicly putting it out there, saying, "Oh, you shouldn't be doing this. It's against SAG guidelines," and they're publicly going against these celebrities, and the celebrities are saying, I'll just do what I want." So, what are you doing to the public? Why should we support you in any way if you guys can't even support each other? So, I think that's where it's a big detriment to what they're trying to get done. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
So, fucking whatever. No, just in terms of like all the bullshit, like stop calling people out, but at the same time, celebrities, you signed up for.
I mean, they're part of a guild. That's what you do. You pay your dues. It's part of being part of a union, man. You have to adhere to those bylaws. If you want to change the bylaws, go to the meetings and vote. As with anything.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. We have one more guest here tonight, all the way from the afterworld. It's fucking green screen ghost guy.
There you go.
I'm the invisible man, but unfortunately, every time I try to go invisible, I really am invisible. You can't even see my glasses.
It's good to see you.
That works. That works.
I go bye-bye. Go bye-bye.
Chris is here from The Worst Damn Gamer Ever. Go check him out, guys. Everybody's going to be linked down below. Make sure to check him out. Chris, have you been watching? Weigh in. What do you think about what we're saying?
What movie? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I have been. There's a bunch of different things that are issues with, this is what happens when you give a shit about what anybody else fucking thinks about anything that you're doing. And when you involve so many people, and especially in creative space, everybody's going to have an opinion. I mean, art's meant to be interpreted and to be experienced by everybody and to, come up with your own notion of it, and that's the problem. Not enough people want to let that happen, and everybody wants to control it also. There's narratives, there's political bullshit, there's money all behind it. It's gonna be what it is. And again, like you said, it comes with the territory when you like all of us. Like if we were all of a sudden to be super big online entities, guess what? There's some shit that's gonna happen. You know what I mean? There's some bullshit that is gonna come our way as well. The problem's just on a different level when you're making $100-200 million versus if you're making, 50 grand a year, 20 grand a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Big difference, but it's still shit. Shit still comes regardless of the fact.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. It does still come, and you're absolutely right. And for me though, I can only speak for me and how I see so many reactions to just how the strikes have had an effect on Hollywood this year, and kind of where it's going. Again, everything sort of seems in disarray. It seemed like while the writer's strike was working, it was all right, we're uniform, we're out there every day, and then SAG joined in. Now I feel like we're all over the place. Not that things aren't getting done. I know they're meeting a bit. If they don't get something done soon, they're probably going to have to break until the new year.
Yeah.
If that happens, we're going to have movies pushed back forever.
Hey, man, if George Clooney couldn't fix it, who knows?
I know, man. Clooney can fix anything.
George Clooney can fix The Flash.
He was one of the best parts, though.
Yeah, I mean, he was one of the best parts.
I liked that movie. So did I. Had fun with it. I don't know what people want out of films. If they watch that movie, I seriously don't. If people watch the movie and they're like, "That's a bad film,"
good CGI, coherent story through storyline.
Story was great.
Oh my god, that was
and
not
no problem
a great story.
What CGI did you hate? I'm with
the babies.
Okay, but come on.
I
thought it was okay. Here's the thing: it's funny. It was funny.
I enjoyed it too. I liked Michael Keaton and I liked Sasha Cale.
Give me more Michael Keaton all day. You know what I wanted? I wanted a Michael Keaton Batman movie after.
Yeah, and I'd be fine with that.
That'd be great. It wouldn't be Ezra Miller. That's my issue. I got problems with Ezra Miller and WB Studios in general, so they're automatically taking hits from me.
I got a question.
Despite his weirdness and his quirks or whatnot, I think he did fine as Barry. I didn't like him in Justice League, but watching him in a full length where he's the main focus of it, I enjoyed it. I thought the story was fine. I like the whole I
think Nick's talking about his behavior because the dude probably should have been locked up.
Yeah. That's why I said besides his bullshit, but as the movie character,
like I said in my review of it, and I got more in depth there. So he did a good job acting. I don't think he's a bad actor. He's a shitty human being.
Oh, he's a terrible human being.
They are a bad actor. That's what it is. They not that they're a bad actor. I'm sorry, they're not a bad actor. They're a bad person. The acting side was fine, but it was so fucking he was the only thing that even Michael Keaton was good in it, but he wasn't great. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, he wasn't great in it. It looked
great.
Oh my god, no! Great is Willem Dafoe coming back to Spider-Man.
No, that part with that part in the kitchen
was good.
Was great, and him saving the day over and over again. And when he died, I got choked up because it was like, oh my god, I remembered being 7 years old and seeing. I
liked him in the movie. I liked seeing Batman, and she was fine as Supergirl. It should have been Henry Cavill as Superman. It makes no sense to have Supergirl there. They changed so much. They shouldn't have killed off Batman. I'm sorry. Just have George Clooney show up?
That was great.
It's a mess, man. The whole thing is a complete mess.
So, but this is the thing, though, Mick. You watched She-Hulk and said you didn't have an issue with it, and
That's not true. That is not true. I said it's exactly what I was expecting it to be, and I did have a huge issue in the special effects. Casey can attest to that.
But Flash was exactly what I expected it to be.
No, I expect for Andrew Machete, no, better. And listen, the direction was fine. I mean, he's working with but he could have done so much more, and I think that's because of the studio. I don't think this movie's fucked up because of everyone in it. I think this movie's fucked up because the studio, like they do on DC, can't keep their hands out of anybody's fucking hair.
Truth.
Yeah, I did like the Flash too, Dan. It was a lot of fun, but it had
Jason, you and I agreed on a bunch of movies like this, like with
yeah, but I mean,
Thunder, like
it definitely had story structure problems. Definitely had story structure problems, but it was fun. But,
I don't understand. Here's the thing. You know what I don't want to see? You know what I really don't want to see? The Marvel.
Oh, I want to see that.
See, I'm looking forward to it to see if they can actually tie a couple things together. And I didn't enjoy Miss Marvel, the show, all that much, but that doesn't take away from me being able to see her now in this, which has Brie in it. It develops a little more of the story of Captain Marvel, whatnot.
I mean, Miss Marvel. I can't wait.
We got to remember, Dan, that we're segueing into a part of comic history right now that perhaps you and I may not have completely linked with in the past, or we're not going to get the same nostalgia feeling from it because these are like true, the Marvels is later.
I feel like they flip-flopped, and now like DC movies are having all this fun, and all of the Marvel movies aren't fun to watch.
I don't know. Like when it comes to the Marvels themselves, each character has had an awesome part in some other role or in some other show or in some other movie. I think they've done fantastically well. And it's great because like with Ms. Marvel, that's something I get to share with my daughter because Ms. Marvel isn't made for me. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's made for a whole nother era, for a whole nother group of people. So it's great to see the supposed target audience actually enjoying it. So I've got to give it props for that.
Well, I think
I'm excited to see that.
That's my big problem with something like Miss Marvel, not Miss Marvel. I liked Miss Marvel, the TV show. I thought they did a pretty good job with that. It wasn't made. You're right. The TV show wasn't made for me, but because it's part of, I always believe that. Yeah, some people may not like this character and may not like this show coming out. Secret Invasion was a fucking terrible show. There's a lot of them that have come out that just fucking hair, by the way. Anyway, but when I get down to
30, this was so hot, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I had to. That's why I just put it up like this.
Hey Mo. So getting but going back into it, there's a lot. Like I liked Miss Marvel, and I think I'm gonna like the Marvels. Yeah. Because I'm hoping they'll take the right steps going forward. It seems like it might be a fun movie. I didn't like the first Miss or whatever Captain Marvel, where everybody was going crazy because they're like her feminist stuff or whatever. I didn't give a shit.
I liked that.
I didn't care. It was a good movie to me.
I liked that movie. I just told you I thought it was released out of sequence. I thought it should have happened after Endgame.
I think so.
But damn, which movies haven't been fun? Because Guardians was fun, Ant-Man was fun.
Guardians 3 was not a fun movie. Guardians 3 was not a fun movie.
That was a very heartfelt movie. Very heartfelt. Pull your
I
strings.
did not have fun watching that movie, and I will never watch that movie.
I mean, I thought Doctor Strange was a ton of fun.
Yeah,
I didn't. I had a lot of So Doctor Strange, first of all, the whole beginning made zero sense.
The Flash! Like, I like The Flash, but there's parts of The Flash that make no sense.
I did that, all that stuff I was into. My problem with the beginning of Doctor Strange multiverse was that with all the changes that they made to the ending of what was the show with the Ultron?
Age of Ultron.
WandaVision.
Blacklist?
WandaVision. All the changes they made to
WandaVision.
End of WandaVision, it was like WandaVision didn't happen, and I didn't.
Well, kind of, but she wanted the kids back. I mean, we saw it.
It absolutely happened. If it didn't happen, then Doctor Strange doesn't happen.
And she wouldn't have had the Darkhold, and she wouldn't have tried to.
I don't know, man. I didn't think that connection made any sense at all. And the other part was this: is that like all the growth that she made during WandaVision was thrown out of the water, so she could be like evil Wanda. I don't know.
No, that was the whole point of it.
The growth was getting her to that point, right?
Yeah, it was killing Vision.
Got her from good to bad by the end.
Yeah.
By the end, when she's sitting there in that cabin and she's really reading the Darkhold and projecting herself as good, like that tells you right there, like she is completely crossed over.
I felt like she had kind of like this catharsis, and I don't know. I didn't buy it.
No,
Yeah,
I
she
think
was
she was
a
straight up
kid.
broken by the end of it. I think that was the beautiful part of it, was she was so splintered and broken and hurt by all of this that she just, you could see the snap.
There's no way you're not with when you know the whole world, and like the way they played it was beautiful. The way the whole like wave was coming, and you know the kids are going to disappear, and then he disappears, and she's in the middle of like a lot. And like when she just breaks, it's ridiculous. It's crazy. It's heartbreaking. Yeah. And I think that told you everything you need to know going into Doctor Strange.
I didn't. And that's why at the scene when he's like, "Hey, so you gonna stop the charade type deal?" Because she was creating that beautiful skate, and that plays into the whole role of her understanding that no one's gonna understand that she has to hide that this is her mission type deal in Doctor Strange. So she started projecting herself as being good. She started projecting the nice little cherry blossom garden and all that shit.
I will say the MCU needs to start doing previously on, because now they're interweaving TV shows with everything else. Because I know a lot of people that are worried about watching
Friday.
Marvel.
But the problem is that they do that now, the movies are going to be 3.5 hours long.
It'll
be. I refuse. I'm never going to see another 3-hour movie in the theater. I won't.
So I saw Oppenheimer, right?
Yeah.
And beautiful movie, very well done, fantastically acted. Like an hour and 30 minutes too long.
Wow.
Like easily could have cut down a lot of that. And I'm sorry, I don't know who else saw it. A quick show of hands, because I don't want to give anything up, but I'm gonna dog shit on something real quick. That
lost my glasses again.
That explosion, and we know what we're talking about.
Yes.
That wasn't that. Like I love the fact that he wanted to practically make it happen, to recreate it. It didn't, like, it just didn't have that same effect for me. Like I would have preferred they used like not the stock footage of it or something. Like it just wasn't like I wanted the devastation of it. Like you know how when you watch like and I'm sure we all have, but like a nuclear explosion.
Oh yeah, those Bikini Atoll videos are great to wake up to.
Yeah, right. No, but we've all seen them, and when we see them, there's something like, even when you know it's like in the water or something from the 50s or whatever, it's dark and it's scary and it's weird. And I didn't get, and that's what I should have felt, especially crossing over. That's the halfway point, crossing over into the second half, and to see how he felt. Yeah. If I feel that way in the movie from that explosion, I'm with him 100%, and I feel bad that he's getting taken down.
I think they wanted to carry the actual actor's ability in emoting that and creating that atmosphere with the selection of music, curating it, and all that stuff. Because I 100%, I felt it as soon as I saw him walk up to do that speech. I was like, oh shit, it's definitely hitting him. It hit him.
Every bit of buildup though was fantastic. Like the tension that was being built while they're waiting, that it, like, just the sound. Everything building up to it, and then it felt like a firecracker, and it was like listen, Nolan, I only want to Kubrick your way out of this and do everything practically, but you didn't hit the mark here. Like in fact, it deflated the last half.
I don't know how Casey feels, Mick, but I feel this way about pretty much any historical, like, docudrama, whatever you want to call it, drama. Like I don't like watching. They get the details completely wrong, and in all seriousness, like, I hate watching any movie that I know the ending to. I feel the same way about, like, so he mentioned Flower Moon. Like, if you know the history associated with what occurred, I don't know, man. I just have a lot of issues. You know what I really like when they do with history is something like Gladiator,
like a slice of life from a different perspective kind of thing, where it's like if you're gonna do it, just do the most insane version of it that you can do. Like this stuff where we flash back to history when we play armchair with it. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not interested in it. I studied enough in college. I don't need some brush up on it. And like I don't know, man. I want Nolan to stop doing history stuff, because every time he does, I'm bored out of my mind. It's pretty once.
It's pretty. It's really well
1917. Made. I mean, 1917 was a struggle, because it's like, who doesn't know about World War I? Who doesn't understand all of these things? Yeah. You know, I mean, come on. We know what happened. If you're going to show me Armistice Day, that would have been neat. Show me something that happened that was a random moment. Dunkirk was okay for that, because Dunkirk is something that I didn't really study all that much, because it's kind of boring, you know? And it's fascinating to learn that, the English army was almost completely lost in the first 6 months of the official World War II. That's neat. But aside from that, I didn't get anything from it.
And to that point though, like what you're saying about like the history and the side, like I do think those movies help, because I know for me, being young in high school and I saw All Quiet on the Western Front, that movie to me is still one of the pinnacles of war movies. It's still one of the absolute best and shows the absolute horrors of it. I think another one, if you really think it's Come and See. Come and See is probably the best war movie I've ever seen, and it's also the hardest movie I have ever watched in my life. And it's all from the point of view of a young Russian boy during World War II. So it's devastating. But if you ever get a chance to check that out and to kind of talk to that point, like I don't mind like the 1917 stuff like that, because I think that keeps younger people than us alive in history, like to learn more. Like when I'm not a history guy like you guys, so I love film history and things like that. But when I learn even a small inkling or see a movie about a piece of history that's interesting to me, I dive right in and I want to learn about it.
I'm similar with that. And I think Braveheart really did that for me, but it was also learning then that nothing in Braveheart is anywhere near accurate. Like
it's what I talk about, right? It's like this. So I'm going to say something that's going to make you really mad, man. When I was a kid, I absolutely loved the Wyatt Earp film and hated Tombstone.
Of course you did.
Oh,
but you know what
really?
the fucked up part about Wyatt Earp is? You know what the fucked up part about Wyatt Earp is? Wyatt Earp's story isn't even sound. You can't even go by him.
That's what I mean. If you're going to tell a story, if you're going to do it, just do the, like, you know what's going to be like that is Napoleon.
Yes. I can't wait for a good Waterloo story.
Oh, yeah. And they're just going to...
need one.
It's going to be just like Gladiator, because if you look even how it's shot, it just looks like Gladiator except French. And, like... If you're gonna tell a history story, man, like, you know what would have been great is if they had been like, you know, with Oppenheimer, just made him a prick, like just because the guy was an asshole anyway, but like just made him the ultimate asshole. Be like, no, I don't mind. I'm gonna wipe everybody out, and then after it happens, and then you make him this like sniveling guy who's like, you know, he spends the rest of his life trying to be a peacemaker, but just make him like this weak, cowardly, sniveling guy afterwards. I would have found that way more entertaining.
Have a bunch of different Moore scenes where he's womanizing more. Have more than just Florence Pugh. Have him have 50 different women rolling through. Like, what a great chance to bring
you know
back
what's another good
Elizabeth
example
Berkley.
of it is Gangs of New York. Gangs of New York takes 60 years of history and shoves it into a movie that supposedly takes place over like 8 years.
Yeah.
My favorite part is Sturdy's face right now. Sturdy's face is like, you know what part of history they get wrong a lot?
Wow. What's great?
Get wrong, ignore, all that stuff.
You guys know that
Gangs of New York actually brings up something about African Americans in the North during the Civil War that nobody else really talks about. They didn't even talk about that in Glory.
Yeah, and these are the riots where they hung people. They just went to an orphanage.
They just leave it out of history. So, Sturdy, if you haven't seen Gangs of New York,
highly recommend.
Do you know what I didn't know?
Great
when
film.
I finally sat down and watched Abraham Lincoln, I didn't know he was a vampire hunter, and I had to study that.
Wow.
I'd rather watch Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter than Lincoln.
Yeah, I'll agree. Although Tommy Lee Jones was pretty rad, because that does give life to a different character in history that is important in American history, to understand who these different senators were and how they got the amendments pushed through. And like, those are important things. And one of the few movies that shows that, but it's not as much fun as hunting vampires or finding out that Harriet Tubman was a freaking action hero.
Or
real
Richard,
life, though.
Imagine
a real life action hero.
Richard Nixon, like what would he? God, it wouldn't be like, what's that?
T-Rexes?
Yeah,
better Jurassic Park.
Richard Nixon versus the dinosaurs.
Oh my god, dude! No, Richard Nixon versus Velocipaster.
Oh, yes. It gives so many levels to what he did for fossil fuels.
Only Richard Nixon could go to the jungle.
Oh, my God, dude.
One man getting ready. I am not going to stand for this.
And it's Elvis as an FBI agent ready to help him.
Oh.
Thanks for my bag.
Man, I just, the movies that last like 3.5 hours, and Marvel is guilty of this, but like the history ones especially, like, I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. Like, I can read about it faster. It's the Hobbit problem. I can read about it faster than I can watch it. And like,
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't think it's fair to make. Did you guys know the studios asked cinemas not to give an intermission in Flower Moon?
How long is that movie, by the way? I haven't looked
3
it up yet.
hours and 40 minutes.
No, come on. You got to have an intermission. That's just kind.
They just did
People
it
have
to
to
be kind.
Plays
My-
on Broadway.
so my
do
wife-
it, why not?
Well,
My wife
Avatar
was a
didn't have
huge
animation.
MCU fan. Miranda's a huge MCU fan. She finds this website that's like pbreakmovies.com or something like that. And she literally times her when she has to go pee in these Marvel movies based upon when they said, and like it's spoiler free. So it's like when this little thing occurs, you can go to the bathroom. And like why do we have to do that? Do you remember Star Wars, a tight 120? Right?
Yeah.
Tight 120, like almost on the mark.
Dude, and look at how many great films we look at today, you know, whether it be horror, things like that, even drama, comedy. Some would only maybe make 90 minutes back.
90 minutes. So we were just talking about it. Nightmare on Elm Street, 1 hour, 27 minutes.
Dude, a lot of movies nowadays are long. I think it's because we live in the TV era. So movies are trying to,
streaming shit.
get into that too.
I actually have a theory I disagree with. I think that the long movies are being made by the auteurs because they want to bring people back to watching long movies versus flipping through and watching short things. And I don't think they're going to win. I don't think they're going to go away, but I don't think they're going to win. I think that they are going to shorten their epics because there's always room for epics.
Of course, there's always room for your Lawrence of Arabias and the Ten Commandments.
I'll watch Dune. I'll watch Dune for 2.5 hours. I watch Dune for 2.5 hours.
I watched The Great Escape like 4 times in a row.
I'll wait. Blade Runner 2049.
Yep.
By the way, in our history argument, The Great Escape is a great fucking movie and it deserves to be up above.
Yeah, but talk about getting history wrong. It's like,
no, everything that happened in that movie is true. The Cooler King is real. Shut up.
Oh yeah, not
really did try to jump the motorcycle.
camps. Sure.
Listen, when you're on my show, my history exists.
Listen, like Mick said, I feel like they're trying to make a push for it to get some long battle because nobody wants the theaters to go away because you lose a ton of actual ticket revenue plus concessions and all that. So they're trying to do the keep you there a little bit longer, make it worth your ticket. But here's what's going to end up happening. The Disney formula is going to end up taking over. And 6-hour movies are going to become seasons of shows. You know what I mean?
You're going to kill the theater. The theater,
exactly.
The cinemas don't want all of these movies.
Right.
That long because it takes up time from multiple things you can show throughout the day.
That could also be part of the agenda behind it. All right, let them make their long movies because eventually it's going to go away and we're going to have all these people having to subscribe to watch, when we break it up from 6 to 8 hours of a movie into a season of a show.
I think a lot of it is like Chris Nolan's going to be Chris Nolan. He's going to make Oppenheimer and it's going to be exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And I think Martin Scorsese. Killers of the Flower Moon is probably going to do really well on Netflix. But who cares? Like it's not like it's probably very good, but by everything I'm reading, even by the Native American tribes, they're kind of like, you really kind of this. They didn't really tell the story the way they were supposed to, the horrors of it. So what Dan's point. Yeah, he
just managed to avoid those parts. He missed those parts. Yeah. I think that was a big part. For Scorsese of all people, he just kind of tweaked that. I think he needs to stay in that more current realm, like the Departed era. That's where his ballywick is. That's what he nails, and those are the slice of life stories that we're interested in because those are things that our parents and grandparents understand, and that's kind of neat. Going further than that, and this is the same issue that medieval France struggles with. It's boring. It's boring. Sorry, but it's boring to go back and learn about an oil tycoon. I don't care if Daniel Day-Lewis is acting his face off. It's boring.
I want to...
that ending part, though, the drink your milkshake part, sometimes I just watch that on YouTube.
But that's just a great scene, and that's the problem. We have so many great scenes in these great movies. But in some boring movies. Now, even Oppenheimer and Barbie. Oh, why did Barbie win out over... Of course it fucking did.
Right.
It was fun.
Of course it fucking did.
I'm sorry. Was Oppenheimer not R?
It had to have been R.
Oh, it was. Right? You got too much puberty.
Why weren't people comparing that in the first place? Like, everybody knows making something R basically cut 50% of what you think the profit is.
Mm-hmm. Well, plus it was a good double feature. But I want to see Flower Moon. But the only reason I want to see Flower Moon, I'll probably only watch it once, is because the trailer, it looks like De Niro and DiCaprio are acting their asses off together. And that's the only reason I want to see it.
The problem is Brendan Fraser apparently, just ruins the film.
I'm not a Brendan Fraser fan personally. I love the fact that he's making a comeback, but I'm not a fan of his acting.
We already understand you struggle, Jason, with all things Brendan Fraser. So let's just calm down and pump the brakes. Go watch School Ties, and you'll love him again.
Or Encino Man, Jesus.
Brendan Fraser was in Blast to the Past with my girl Alicia Silva.
I like that.
What was the one with the devil chick with Selma Hayek?
Yeah, not Selma Hayek.
No, it's Elizabeth Hurley. Bedazzled.
Yeah, Bedazzled was awesome.
That was good.
He was in Monkey Bone. Okay,
Monkey Bone was good. I thought the Mummy one was super dope with him in it. Or the monkey one, the mummy.
James says Fraser's barely in the Flower Moon movie.
And people said he needs to give back his Academy.
He was
Jesus Christ.
That's how bad they said his performance, and it wasn't it wasn't problematic. Apparently, he's really bad.
James, is the movie on Apple TV yet? Flower Moon, or is it?
Give me 2 seconds, guys. 2 seconds.
Yeah,
keep going.
When you guys were talking directors or whatnot, like Michael Bay and all that shit, he said Scorsese, and for some reason I was like, you know what a project would be dope to me is if Scorsese and Spike Lee got together and filmed a movie about like the transition of the Bronx or something through the 70s and the 80s, fucking showing old, Bronx being burnt down, becoming this weird crack haven, and then how we get the craziest people on earth at this point being from the Bronx.
Even the changes in Harlem, that would be fantastic. The way Harlem is completely being gentrified, it would be incredible to see how that happened. And if someone was taping that real time, I want Scorsese's story with, the Spike Lee hard hit, the impact that you get from his actual writing. I think that would be a beautiful combination.
Yeah, and you throw the right cinematography together with them, with their both styles combined. I think that would be something super fucking valuable to and make sure that it's as historically correct as you can. Because that's the other problem with a lot of these movies is that we gotta, by the end of it, go, okay, now let's for ourselves think about this and go, what was probably true, what wasn't, what was probably, okay, I can't figure it. Let me go do research and actually find out about the actual event or the time or this, that, and the third. And that's annoying to me. Like, if the entertainment can be just as entertaining as it needs to be to draw the masses, but still be accurate and give us what the truth is, then we don't have to second guess nothing. Now we don't have to worry about that. We know we can trust you, and it's like, cool, you're creating content and movies in a form that I like, media in a form that I like. And I know I can trust you, rely on you. And now I don't have to backtrack to try to figure out what's real, what isn't, what did they pay for, what did they like. That shit to me is the problem with anytime you touch anything of historic past and you're trying to be like based on a true story. Don't just make it based, make it as accurate as you can to. I feel like they leave the based part as too loose of a term for them to just make their playground, and I don't like it. I don't want it.
To be
Barbie was a documentary that was filmed in real time, and that's why it sold so.
Just like Back to the Future.
Wow.
Actually, to your point, Chris, I would absolutely fucking love that. I would love Scorsese to revisit like the Mean Streets era and tell those stories today. Not even like because Goodfellas ended more in the 70s, 80s. I want that because one of my favorite times in history and when it's portrayed in movies is the 70s and 80s New York City.
There's so many different factions of so many power struggles and just
and finding about all of the corrupt police officers, an entire station helping run drugs. Oh my god!
You know what isn't a great movie, but is a really good
real estate deals.
Movie.
Fucking. Whew.
But the atmosphere of the movie really pegs the 70s and 80s in that area. Is Blowout with John Travolta.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Now I gotta check it out. I don't recall.
Strong.
It's a horror movie where he plays a sound guy for movies, and he's in a park picking up just atmosphere, sound stuff, and he hears a blowout of a tire, or what could be a shot. But he hears a shot right before the blowout. That's what it is. And of course it's a euphemism, blowout of a tire, blowout for sound whenever it's too loud. So it turns out that it was an assassination plot or they actually assassinated some senator or something. And he's trying to investigate it just through sound.
That's kind of cool.
I think it's very underrated, personally.
Interesting.
Nothing major that you write home about, but I think it's a good horror thriller type movie.
I'll check it out, even though I think John Travolta sucks.
I like them in that.
I dare Sturdy and Jason, you guys next time, I will come on the show if you guys do this movie. It's directed by Fred Durst of Limp Bizkit.
Nope, I won't watch it. My dad watched it and he said it was awful. And
I will come on the show. I will come on the show, and I hated the movie so hard. I hated it so bad. I would come on the show and talk about that movie. I think it's called The Fan. Is that right?
Oh, with John Travolta and who's he chasing around in it?
It's so bad, but it's made by Fred Durst and like
The Fanatic. That's right.
The Fanatic. That's right. The Fanatic. And
because The Fan was that Wesley Snipes and Robert De Niro.
You're right. That was
amazing.
Yep, that was a good movie. The Fanatic. Yep. Mick, I think we'd be remiss if we didn't at least kind of like rehash that this is your 300th episode a little bit more.
I was just gonna say, like,
right?
I like the talks, so I don't mind them. But yes, let's talk about it. I appreciate you doing that, Dan. So, guys, this is the 300th episode of the Scene Snobs Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. Live show. Hopefully you're enjoying yourselves. Please remember to hit like, hit subscribe, hit that bell so you know when great shows like this and others are coming out. We have lots of fun stuff on the channel. You know, with Snobs Film History. We were talking about history, but go watch it. You know, does it suck? Did I just fix? What else do we have? We got tons of stuff. Oh, Discovering Horror.
Maybe Mick should fix Jurassic Park.
Okay. Here's how you fix Jurassic Park.
To fix Jurassic Park.
Here's how you fix Jurassic Park. You keep it as Jurassic Park. It's fucking phenomenal. You're insane. Now, if you want to fix any other movie in that franchise, I'm down. You can't, Dan, why are you kidding? Why are you agitating me on the 300th episode? It's Jurassic Park, man. Even if you hated it because you just are racist against dinosaurs or whatever, like at least like don't say anything. Just don't say anything.
No, it's Jaws, but with dinosaurs. And
this is like if everyone in the world died and we were all on a different plane, whether it be heaven or hell or wherever.
Why is it bad?
The guy, I have to say this because I'm pissed. The guy who was screaming the loudest is still holding the fucking sign saying the end is nigh. That is you. Everyone agrees Jurassic Park is oh shit, I broke something.
Oh no.
That's for telling Chris. See, you gave me bad karma because I told Chris to shush, and now I broke something.
It struck.
I think the first third of Jurassic Park's kind of boring.
He's with me on it. See?
Nope. I think it's a perfect movie. If you want to do anything, you change the Giordano, the guy who plays the lawyer. That's it.
No way.
Come
Miami Vice royalty? He belongs there. He played the weird Cuban guy on Miami Vice, the informant, forever.
Did he really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm over here literally going through this movie, like scene by scene in my head, and I'm like, why is this bad?
It's not. It's Dan.
Not bad.
Dan,
Chris, the
Dan
problem is
good things.
No, I disagree with like the pantheon to a certain extent that people, I don't like some movies that people put on a pedestal as if they're untouchable or cannot be criticized. And a lot of them just happen to be Spielberg movies. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
There's no reason for that. It's not
like they just happen to be Spielberg movies. I don't like. It's not intentional. I swear, I'm not doing it just to piss Mick off. Like,
let me ask you this then: what do you think
Spielberg's an overrated director, and Mick and I have talked about that. Like, I think he has more duds than studs as far as his
so
lineup.
Dan, you're saying that the hook didn't bring you back?
No, well, the song did, but yeah.
I heard about Julia Roberts on that picture.
Mm-hmm.
Man, she was a monster on that one.
Really?
I bet.
Yeah.
Wasn't that right where it wasn't? Wasn't that when she was the highest paid actress in Hollywood?
I'm pretty
Probably.
sure. Yeah.
It was right there.
94.
She was
So yeah.
Yeah, she was all pissed off, I guess, because she just had some weird demands. Like, she had just married Kiefer Sutherland.
I forgot they were together for a bit.
I know, right? So weird.
You know who she was with? You know who she was with before him?
No.
Jason Patrick from The Lost Boys.
Wow.
Well, perfect time to shift gears right there, huh?
Just keeping it in the circle, keeping it all in the family.
And then she married Lionel Lovitz too. Lyle Lovitz, whatever.
Yeah, Lyle Lovett. That was a big one. That was
He was
during
on Friends.
Runaway Bride?
He was on Friends. You know who else was on Friends?
Matthew Perry?
That's true.
You can't say his name. We get sued.
Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Why?
The one where everybody went back to New York for the funeral.
Oh.
I legit cried when I found out about Matthew Perry.
It's sad. I mean, I feel bad for the guy. 54 is really young.
Yeah, it is.
Dude,
I
Friends.
don't think I've ever cried at death.
I have Robin Williams.
Yeah, Robin Williams. He lived so hard. Like Matthew Perry, 20 years of his life.
Yeah,
just from all the drugs and everything up his nose. Like, my God.
And that's the thing. Like, people who get into drugs, stuff like that, I don't necessarily I'm thinking, oh, he's a bad person, he deserves what he gets, but not at all. Like, it is what it is. But like, I don't understand the dynamic when celebrities die. So like, I stopped posting for the most part. I'll only post if the person did movies that really meant something to me.
That's
that's fair.
That's fair. That's because I see everybody, a lot of it's content grabbed, so they'll just throw that shit up on Instagram. So I don't do it because
they hit the algorithm, so to speak.
Yeah, it hits. It's sort of it's cheap just for social media marketing, but also it's this is gonna happen every fucking day. Like, I have to do everybody. I can't focus on all of that.
No.
Dealing in death a lot sucks.
Well, yeah, and now we're gonna have so many of them because now it's gonna be everyone from our era that meant something. Like, this is where it begins. I mean, slowly over the last couple of years, it's been more and more meaningful, and now it's eventually just everybody we know.
We're gonna get anything others.
De Niro, Pacino. I mean, everybody.
Yeah,
I got that after I did the Perry death. I got a bunch of messages like, "Why aren't you doing this guy? Why don't you do this guy?" Like the guy from Night Court. I'm like, I didn't watch Night Court, but I watched Friends. I used to have the 10 seasons memorized. That is my comfort show. When I am sad, I watch Friends. I watch Chandler, and so when my comfort literally dies, that's gonna hit me.
You know how I'm gonna do this for you right now? I'm gonna make this show exactly like Friends. You ready?
Sure.
There's Friends.
No, Tyler was there.
What's funny about that is what are you about to do? Get rid of the minorities?
That's it. That's exactly.
Dude, and when they had a minority on the show, if there was a minority actor on the show and they weren't a celebrity, it was just playing a part on the show, they were always either a joke portion of it, like, oh, we don't want to sound racist, but we said something accidentally racist right in front of you, and then we have to explain ourselves, or it was a female minority who was playing the love interest, so that way it shows that the white characters are not. That's the trick.
I have watched 0 minutes of Friends.
I love that show.
You are the minority, sir.
Seriously, I don't know how. I just never did. I don't know. My comfort show is Futurama.
There you go. Yeah,
that's a great show.
Mine is still Star Trek, so I'm with you. It's very rare that I watch, Friends. Friends was something that I watched during the time because we were growing up. My parents loved it. It was a phenomenon. It was fun to watch, and it was still amusing. I emulated Chandler and used that humor to try to, not be awkward and weird by being the awkward weird guy. So it worked out great.
Dude. I love it.
Yeah, my three comforts are How I Met Your Mother, Friends, and Big Bang.
See, all show. Well, one I will never.
My daughter and I watch
the whole thing through
religiously.
Himian was great. How I Met Your Mother is great. I definitely recommend that one.
No, here's. I've turned the page on all three of those shows. I've watched them all.
Wait, what shows? How I Met Your Mother and what else?
Friends,
and
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory.
Okay.
Big Bang Theory is fuck that. It's out. Screw that. That was like old people fodder. People love that shit.
That's me and my daughter. Soul was that show.
I'm not gonna lie. The other two, Jason, 0 minutes.
Yeah, Friend.
I didn't get the joke when Mick said no Big Bang Theory logic. Nope.
You get it now.
I have no idea. I feel embarrassed. That's like pop culture 101, right? Like,
don't feel embarrassed about that. Actually, honestly, I think we need to get back to a point where when people say I haven't watched something, we stop being like, really? Why? Why wouldn't she see that? Just like, honestly, it's fine if you don't want to waste your life on it. Even if it's fucking Jurassic Park or Jaws, which are goddamn perfect. If you haven't seen them, it's fine.
I've seen them many times.
Or it's like if the person wants to see it and they haven't seen it, it's like, oh, cool, you get to watch that for the first time instead of, I can't believe you didn't watch that.
We need to normalize that. So, and with books too.
Yep.
I think books need to as well. Like, we need, like, if somebody didn't read something, be more enthusiastic rather than accusatory. Like,
you didn't read A Tale of Two Cities? What's wrong with your life? Like,
other times it was the worst of it.
On the flip side of that,
we can't now with them burning and banning books, so fuck.
We gotta stop hating on people that like stuff too.
Yeah.
No, fuck that. You're out.
You
just like
mean,
things.
No,
you mean like the Flash?
No,
You mean like the Flash?
I can't agree with Jason, but the thing I like about Jason with him liking everything, like Dan, this doesn't go for you.
I don't like everything though. That's what's so
you
funny.
do. You like most things, and the reason I do is because there's like an adorability to it. And that's not lessening you. That's saying like you really do. Like a lot of people will say that to fuck around or whatever. You really, and sometimes I think Dan is fucking with me. Sometimes I'm like, Dan,
Nick,
I don't
come
agree.
on, you
and I'm
know
not
I am
listening to you
not.
right now.
You know I'm not.
The guys on my
Wouldn't that be
podcast.
some shit though if Dan gets off of here and goes running to watch Jaws back to back to go to sleep every night?
Watches all four right in a row.
Me and the guys on my podcast want Dan and I to do a show called "We Like Everything."
Nice.
You don't like good things. That's what we'll say. We'll say like we like everything but the good things.
No, I like
Dan
good
is
things,
speaking,
too.
but he's muted right now, and I love it.
We like everything you don't. That's what it should
There
be
you
called.
go.
My wife's top 2 movies. How did that even happen?
I don't know. It's funny.
Oh my!
That's because God, Spielberg, aka Spielberg, was like, "Nah, dude,
No,
you don't get to talk anymore."
Top 2 movies for my wife happen to be, and we'll put 3 in there: Jaws, Jurassic Park, and Scream. I would
Because your
not.
wife's a genius, and we
I
love
would
her.
not. I'm Mick. I would not complain about those movies if I didn't have to, because they get me in trouble. Like
Your wife's the smart one. You need to see what she sees and
See,
See,
I like
Jake, and I get it, man. That's why this needs to be a safe space for you, where you're allowed
2
to
out of 3
hate.
ain't bad. Two out of 3 are not bad. 2 out of 3 aren't bad. I like 2 out of 3 of those movies.
That's like
Can't you
Meatloaf
hate
Bods.
something else, dude? Can't you just find something else to hate that I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm with you on that. That I don't like that either.
we agree on a lot of movies, Mick.
We do. And actually, I like a lot of your opinions. I came back around on Nightmare on Elm Street remake. I can't believe I love that movie as much as
I love it too, man. You got
It's
me.
pissing me off as much as I love that movie.
Hear that,
as much as-
Casey?
Casey,
Didn't you say
Wow.
how
You're
perfect
next.
Freddy versus Jason was just an hour ago?
no,
Yep, definitely one of the best.
Casey. Listen. None of us wanted to watch this movie, and go back and revisit Nightmare on Elm Street the remake. It is a very well written script. It's very well acted. It's so good. It blows my mind that it's so good. It was one of my most hated movies. I even apologized to Dan. Dan, I apologized to you for 5 minutes on 3 Geeks this week.
I still maintain the CGI sucks, though.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. But the story, man, the way they connect the kids to Freddy Krueger and just it is so well written.
Dude,
I will agree. There were parts that I enjoyed. I like Jackie Earle Haley. I like the job he did. I don't really care for a lot of, you know what? But I'll give it another shot.
Try
You know
I'm
what?
gonna throw my hands in the air.
How many years ago was it that you watched it?
At least 3.
Okay, because
Has
for
to
me
have
it was
been.
like 7 or 8 years or something like that. I forget
Okay,
how long ago, but it was a long time. But when I rewatched it, I'm like, kind of seeing some of these points. Like I kind of like it. Like not now. The original's the original.
Exactly. But
You know,
during, dude, of course. But during the COVID, I actually tried to check everything. I wanted to recheck myself. So I watched the Friday the 13th. I watched the New Nightmare. I watched all of those. And yeah, all right. I'll give it a shot. I'll re-give it. I mean, at best for me, it was a middling C. It didn't suck, but it wasn't great. I didn't enjoy it.
I really like how they connected it all together. Like the people that Freddy's trying to kill are the same kids that he actually, was trying to when he was younger. And they made it impossible to like Freddy Krueger in that remake too, which is another thing that I like because he's a disgusting human being.
Exactly, which that is a good thing they focus on. It's just it'll never stack up to Dream Warrior. So
no,
but there's an argument for it to be number 2 or 3 on that list, though.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. We'll give it a shot. I'll give it a go.
I gave it a B+, and Jason gave it an A-. Case.
Whoa!
I didn't go that high. I'm like, maybe.
Wow.
Like I said on the thing, I said my opinion could change because I was just so culture shocked because I hadn't seen the movie in 10 years and I adamantly hated it. So
yeah,
it might change a little bit, might come down a little bit, but man, I was just shocked. Because me and Nick
this is Jason's way of saying, no, I hate everything people like, and I like everything people hate.
That's not true. I only dislike Hocus Pocus and Brendan Fraser.
Well, first of all, you're definitely wrong on the second one.
You don't like Hocus Pocus, Jason?
I like the second one either.
Dan, you don't get to be shocked by that. Come on.
No, I didn't like. I loved both Hocus Pocus movies.
The second one was pretty good.
Let me say this, Dan. I'm going to go back and watch the first one because I like the second one so much.
Okay.
That maybe I was just in a bad mood.
My wife's with you, Jason. My wife, so she had never seen it, and I was like, "Well, we got to watch it." So
That's
we
me.
did.
I just watched it more recently,
and she was like, "I don't get it," and I was like, "I guess maybe it was just you had to watch it when you were a kid."
But the second one was funny. I laughed my ass off.
See, and I don't remember if I watched the second one, but with the first one, watching it, I think I did it last year, and then I just didn't like it. I was like, this is just, as a kid, I enjoyed it. Same with Indiana Jones, and watching it as an adult, I'm just like, I can't do this. I tried.
That's fair.
You're wrong about Indiana Jones, but it's fine.
But I understand both because of the nostalgia and the feelings that people do get from those films. There's plenty of films I get those same feelings for, but I just I don't even see them.
Chris sleeping?
Yeah.
Chris doesn't sleep. We're in a group chat with Chris, and like he'll message all night. Like this dude is always streaming.
He's always going. This is when he sleeps. Is when he's on our shows.
It's funny because it's like the editing, the fucking networking, all that other shit is the work to me. And then when I'm on the shows is when I'm like, all right, now I get to go do the part of my job I like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There you go.
When I'm streaming a game or fucking chatting up with people or you guys about all this shit, this is when it's like, okay, this is cool. This is the good part of work right now.
Exactly.
I get like 3 hours a day of stuff like this, and then 14 to 16 of editing and networking and getting into chats to hit people up on Discord and shit.
I think to wrap up, Mick, I think each of us should go around and do like our favorite memory of the past 300 episodes.
I would love to do that, and at the end, I do have something special for all of you. So that I'm going to do. So please, let's do. I would love to do that. We should start wrapping up, guys. We're going a little long, but we're going to start off. What I'm going to do is we'll go around, do this, and then after I give you your movie, I'm going to take you guys out and put you in the green room. I'm just going to finish up, do the outro, and 300 will be down. All right, Casey, for you, a memory, please.
Oh, well, one of my favorites was actually going on the live haunt with you. Was amazing. That was such a blast last year. One of my favorite experiences. I was so glad we were able to do that with some really awesome people and wound up with a really rad hat that a ghost gave me. So
Casey had the best story of all. A ghost gave him the hat.
That was pretty dope. So that's probably one of my favorite memories over the last years.
I love it. Dan, how about you, my friend?
There are a lot to choose from. But I'd have to say getting hit by a chair by my wife on a fundraiser.
I wish I seen that.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
I'll find the clip for you.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Getting hit
After
by
however many car bombs. Was it car bombs you were doing?
Yeah. I did 6 in a row, Sturdy, and then she hit me with a chair, and that was it. So this is the craziest part about that night. Those are just the 6 that I did on that clip because it was my 15-minute segment, remember? And we had gone on there to initially talk about how important pet insurance was because we didn't have it when Tally needed her surgery, and it was like, Jesus. And instead, so I did 4 Irish car bombs before the show. I did 6 during the show.
Holy fucking shit!
and then later came on to talk about horror, and I instructed everybody on the etymology and origins of lycanthropy being mostly Germanic and partially Celtic. And Mick got his mind blown because I could say lycanthropy after 9 Irish car bombs.
Truth.
That's very true. That was pretty fucking impressive.
That's it. That was great. But getting hit by the chair, just like the 2 things that I ever did as far as the Master Shake stuff that I always think about is they involve my wife, her hitting me with a chair on Mick's show, and then our Valentine's Day special when every time I got a beer wrong, she had to slap me across the face.
It was great.
Nice.
So that's
he took some abuse for those, man.
I think this is more of a kink for him.
Right?
It's not, to be honest, it's not sexual. I'm not like, I get like, but my wife is incapable of like causing me pain. She's just not strong enough. She's just not strong enough.
That's why he bought her the cat of 9 tails. He needed the extra push.
Nice.
She's just not strong enough. All of a sudden, you see her car just come through the wall.
Oh, man.
Baby, call me Jesus. There's a historically accurate movie for you.
Oh, my God.
Jason, buddy, how about you, man? Give us your memory.
First off, that live hunt was fun. It's where I met Sturdy. So, it's very close between two. I want to pick the one where we found out Mick was like 12 inches round, but I'm not.
Oh God,
do that one. It's the one where I met Dan and Tim. We were doing the one of the anniversary shows, or both of the anniversary shows. We were drinking, and we got to hear the ant stories.
Ant Flo.
Ant Flo.
R.I.P.
Those stories were just.
I can tell you so many Ant Flo stories. Oh,
Ant Flo stories are great.
Are we talking about the same Ant Flo before?
No.
It's my actual story. It's my actual great aunt who.
It's the greatest fucking stories on the planet.
She rode with the Hells Angels for about 5 years.
Oh shit.
She was also like a nurse in her like retirement age. She for the last 15 years she was a old person's nurse, and was a hard woman. Like a hard woman. In every picture I've ever seen of her, she's like this. Like every single picture I've ever seen of her. And awesome. She's even after she got cancer, she still choked down her basic 100s like 4 or 5 a day. Her life's dream was just to like sit out in her deer stand, just like smoking cigarettes. Like
Jesus.
Basics, man.
It's a special kind of woman.
But yeah,
special kind of woman.
The day you brought Ant Flo into our lives, rest in peace, Ant Flo. But man, that they were always.
Did Timmy tell the Ant Flo did Jaegerbomb story? Because that's a him story. That's not a me story. That's a him story. So he'd have.
We got to get him for that one.
We thought we were getting an Ant Flo story.
I can tell it, but he was there, so it's what's different.
Okay.
He was there, and he could tell it better.
Yeah. There you go.
All right. Well, Jason, how about you? So you gave your memories. Chris, how about you, bud?
Cast of her cause this last time. I mean, what else can top that between the shenanigans of finding out some of these great stories, doing the whole script read, raising money for a good cause, cutting my hair off right by the end of it? I mean, that was a fucking night, man.
Oh, yeah, dude. Dan's wife doing Beavis, corny Beavis, as the lady's trying to hit on the dude. Oh,
my God. Oh, my God. Was that perfect? Oh, hilarious. I love it. Sturdy, how about you, brother?
I'm actually gonna go do another Cats for a Cause script read, and it was Back to the Future. That was just so fun, funny, and just a great time. And I mean, it was also again a great cause. Raise a decent amount of money. I don't remember how much, but it was just so fun and funny, and just like this reading that script.
Open through the night. Just want to let you know you can still donate.
Donate to that. That was another fun one. That script read. I mean, it just coming on this show in general is just always a good time. Always a freaking good time. And just, I mean, it's easy to come on this show. Like, you don't have to be nervous coming on here. You just come on here and just have a conversation about whatever the topic is, have some laughs. And being a podcaster myself, in ways it's similar as far as kind of more of like, yes, you have the structure, but there's also like that freestyling with it as well. So it's like just like a genuine, normal conversation. Even if you have a topic, you will here and there jump to other shit and then segue back to. So, but yeah, it's such a dope, welcoming show at that. A very welcoming show, which is super important.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate all of that, guys. Truly, that fucking means goddamn. I can't even fucking say.
I mean, I can keep going because we could talk about all the value you bring in production.
No.
I can keep going. I can keep going.
I don't want that. That was very nice. That was very nice. Dan, you're a dick for making that happen because I don't want all those nice things said about me.
You owe some flowers, my friend. Take them.
I appreciate
you better watch that TikTok video too, damn it.
So, as you guys know, I do mixed movie picks, right? Every week, people can pick a year, and whatever year is voted on, I pick a movie for you to watch from that year. I picked, instead of doing it because I'm going on vacation. This is my last, unless we do Mick at Night this week, I'm not doing another live on this channel for like 3 weeks until the Thanksgiving special. So there will still be shows. Have fun, but will be off. So I thought for this one, it would be fun if I gave you each an individual mixed movie pick for you guys, hand-picked.
Nice.
Ooh.
And then as I go, I'm going to say thank you, and I'm going to let you guys off into the green room, and then I'm just going to outro. So, Casey, for you, I went with 1949's The Third Man. It's an absolutely brilliant film noir. Orson Welles is in it. Absolutely fantastic. The way choose every scene that he's in. He plays Harry Lime in it. It's a really fantastic mystery movie set right after World War II, war profiteering plays a part in it, the whole nine. And I really think, as a history buff and a film fan, this is a movie you could really get behind and enjoy.
Dope. I will check it out.
Thank you so much tonight, man, for joining me. I really, truly appreciate you. Casey the Madman Plot, you are fucking fantastic. Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure to be back, and I just want to throw out there, Hollow Man is terrible. Kevin Bacon is annoying. Not a single character is positive, and he's just a perv the whole time. Love you guys. It's been a pleasure, and it's wonderful to be back on with y'all and share some time with y'all.
Thank you guys.
Great time with you, Casey.
Love you, man.
Yeah, talk to you soon, man.
You're
Talk to you
always
soon.
welcome in my book,
Absolutely.
brother, so don't be a stranger.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Dan the Man, for you, I have chosen. Well, yes, it's Dan the Man, but I've chosen for you a personal favorite of mine that I really enjoy. It's a Michael Mann movie from 1981. It is Thief, starring James Caan.
That's a great movie.
It is. And now, again, if any of you have seen these movies, I still
Soundtrack by
urge you.
Tangerine Dream.
Such a great soundtrack. Everything in that movie is just really well done and is a great sort of, not so much neo-noir, but that almost like cross from film noir into neo-noir in the 80s that we got with movies like this and others from William Friedkin and stuff. So I think this is a great choice for you. I think with the acting and how James Caan plays this role, I just think that you'd really enjoy it. And if you would give it another chance, I'd love to know what you think.
And I love Michael Mann. I think he's an underrated director.
Absolutely. I agree with you. Couldn't agree more. Absolutely. And I just want to say, bro, I love you. Thank you so much for being on tonight. I truly appreciate it. And you inspire me every day with all that you do in the education system. You're a smart dude, and I appreciate all you've done for the Scene Snobs.
I love it being here. Love being here. Love hanging out with you guys, especially. Like, it's good to see Casey. Just want you to know that Scream's overrated.
I was gonna cry, but I'm not anymore.
Ghostface is definitely a second tier slasher villain, and I will see you guys probably for the Thanksgiving special.
Yeah, you're a second tier podcaster.
Oh, I'm a no tier. I'm a no tier podcaster.
He's the mixology. You fucking leave that man alone. His shows are amazing.
They are. I'm just playing.
There's no way, Jason, you're next. There's no way I'm kicking the minorities off if I've already done it.
That's true.
Yeah, sorry, man. Jason, the movie that I have chosen for you, sir, is from 1979. It is a great little science fiction movie called The Black Hole.
See that?
That is my mixed movie pick for you. I think you'll really enjoy it. It's a fun adventure type of movie. It's very good science fiction, and I would love to hear what you think about it.
Anthony Perkins, right?
Perkins is in it. Robert Forrester was one of the stars, and it's I think it's right up your alley. I think you'll really enjoy it.
Awesome. I will check it out.
On top of The Black Hole, I want you to know that I truly appreciate our friendship. All you've done for the Scene Snobs, you've been a part of it for a long time, and thank you so much for all you do with the Scary Snobs, and just joining and helping out whenever I need you. And yeah, you've been a great guy to have along and be a part of and partnered with in so many things.
Well, I thank you. It's been fun, and I love being here.
Thank you so much, man. I really truly appreciate you. And I'm going to put you in the green room now, and then we're going to get.
You got the Puerto Rican or the black?
I gotta go with Puerto Rican first. I feel like it's less offensive. No, listen, Chris, and I'd say a relatively short period of time where we really have been working and together, we've come a long way, man. And work, just the stuff we're putting out and how things are changing, the support that you show for the Scene Snobs and that you've been there and just been so like into it and so energetic and you've just like jumped right in, and I truly appreciate that about you. You're a good dude. You're coming up, man. You've got a great thing going, so keep it up. But I love you, man. I appreciate you being on tonight, dude.
The feeling's mutual, and Sturdy will tell you, if I don't rock out with somebody, it's very easy for me to walk away. So,
but I have a very special movie for you.
No, I think he's going a little deeper. I think he's going a little deeper. We're a bit on the shallow there.
I am going a little bit deeper. I'm going 2004's Dead Birds. It's a horror film set in the Civil War era time.
Okay.
It's really well done ghost story. I think you should check it out, and I think you guys would be great to do it on Horror Source 30.
Okay. Actually, it's recorded. I don't even need to write it, but you know what? I got my phone in my lap right here.
I'll definitely. I will make sure to text it to you so that way.
Can I get everybody's just so I can go and watch them anyway? Because there's a lot of movies that I have never heard of that you just said.
I will absolutely give them to you, but I just want to say thank you again for coming on tonight, man. I'm going to put you in the green room.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you.
Sturtlebird, what's up, buddy?
I'm just here, man. I'm excited. I'm happy about this. And before you give me my movie and my flowers, I do want to thank you again for this right here, because this right here, this idea of Sturtleween, the whole 61 days of Sturtleween, just gave me like a whole new drive. So you could ask my wife. There's times where I'm like, all right, listen, we're going to watch these 2 or 3 movies today. So I got, that's the cheat code with content creation, people. Listen, make it easier for yourself. Seriously, make it as easy as possible. If there's something that you want to do every day, drop a video every day. Pre-record it a couple days ahead. If you're free on the weekend, so you got 6 hours. Like in that time, create that content for the week, for the following week. You got that done. You know your captions, you know everything. Just change if whatever piece of clothing is going to be shown, just change that. If it's just a shirt, just change your shirt. And you don't throw a shirt on, put it back on the hanger, do all that. But seriously, do it that way. If you, get yourself ahead of time, and then you can start working on week 2, coming up with ideas for week 2. You have that whole week to come up with ideas. And I'm learning that from this man over here. And it's such a dope thing, and it's such a fun thing. So I'm just like, okay, now I got to, I'm going to keep it going. Got some more ideas, and I just love it. I love it. I love how we all as content creators are feeding off each other with this group that we have, this crew that we have, that just kind of formed slowly but surely, little by little. I know there's more to come, and and it's so dope.
I'm trying to give you accolades. What are you doing? You're so sweet. I appreciate it.
It's your 300th episode, and it's something that should be like, oh shit, I'm at 300. Like I should have did a bigger thing when I hit every milestone as far as 50 or hundreds, which I'm going to start doing now. And
you're getting to 500 soon.
I think I did 443 today. So I'm like, I got to start, because it's a dope accomplishment. I look at it, it's like, for myself, it's something I can give myself an accomplishment. Like I stuck with something. That I tried and that I enjoyed and didn't give up because it got too tough or not enough numbers. I stuck with it and I enjoyed it. And I mean, look at you. And you've been through other podcasts previously that fell apart or whatever happens, and then came back even stronger. And it's just like, this is just dope. This is just so dope.
It's amazing to watch you guys too, especially inviting me in the labs and stuff. And here's your accolades. You deserve them. Now shut up. You, sir, you're inspiring, man. I love what you're doing. I love that we came together. Feel better. Appreciate you for that. And being able to like connect and bounce ideas off of. Mm-hmm. It's been really a lot of fun to be able to do that, and it's helped me even more creatively to like expand into what I want to do. Like definitely getting into those labs, working with you guys, talking to you guys, helped me to create all of those different shows that are now on a channel, like that weren't there like 5, 6, 7, 8 months ago, however long. Yeah, it feels good to be able to get back into the editing and do it. And like you, Chris, and now Dreams, and like Jason when he's in, it's been it just like makes the day work like so much more fun, and it gets me into it even more. So I want to say thank you for that. I want to say thank you for your friendship. You're an amazing guy. I love your shows. I love what you're doing, and I'm so happy to be like on this journey, like with you, like partnering up and doing stuff. So it's been such a great time.
I appreciate that.
And your movie is one of my absolute favorites.
That is here it comes.
No, you shut up. It's a Kurt Russell movie, which from 1985, one of my favorite years. It's called The
Born. Makes sense.
There you go. It's called The Mean Season.
The Mean Season.
He plays a journalist who gets wrapped up with a serial killer, and it starts like they start cat and mousing the whole way, trying to get each other through this whole hurricane season that's coming in. Great job done by all. I think it's a really good, underrated movie, and I think you'll really love it. It's very much a horror thriller, and from the 80s, and I think that you just have a really great time.
Quick question. Okay. 2 quick questions. The first one is, do you want us to do this for a mixed movie picks? Like record our thoughts on it?
No, I just like let me know in passing, like when we're talking. I would just love to know what you guys think of the movies that I picked out.
Oh, I'm making a piece of content out of that. I have to.
Okay. I appreciate it.
That just sounds like it's just because I'm like, and I can give you the if I liked it, if I loved it, if I hated it, all that stuff. It's gonna be for you, man.
Well, dude, I appreciate everything you do. And you really are. You're a great guy, loyal guy, just a good friend. And it's been really awesome being able to connect with you. Now I'm going to kick you out because I have accolades to give to these amazing people out here.
Question 2. You want us to wait in the green room, or are we bouncing, or what's the?
Yeah, you can wait. Everybody else in the green room if you want to wait.
Okay. All right, cool.
I'm just going to outro. So I'm just going to talk to a few people real quick and we'll get going.
Much love to you, man. Greatly appreciate it. It's an honor being on here, and everyone show love to the Scene Snobs. Episode 300. Again, clap it up because this is fucking dope.
Thank you. All right. Bye, Sturdy. I had to do it. I love you, Sturdy. So what do I say? I said thank you to some very great people in my life who are all here when we're able to share in this. 3 people I have to thank before I thank all of you is my wife and my 2 children who support everything I'm doing with this. They're always there for me. They're always very loving and caring, and they show me the right way and keep me on the good path of doing the things right and make sure that I'm fair and have integrity and I'm trustworthy in what I'm doing while I'm doing this. And they're so inspiring to me for that and pushing me and showing me that like I can do this even in my moments of doubt. So I love you guys. Thank you so much. And all of you, the Snob Nation. I don't know how to thank you enough. It's been years. I mean, it's been 4 years of the Scene Snobs podcast, and you are so supportive of everything. I don't know if I can like truly convey how much it means to me. Everything. Like I care about all of you. I've had ups and downs with some of you, and I care about all of you. And I may not be able to show that individually, but I hope each week as I come in and with these different shows, I at least am showing you guys like I do care and that I am there for you, and if as much as I can be. And that is why your mixed movie picks for the Snob Nation out there, and for everybody who I just gave movies to, this one's for you too. It's from 2009. And the reason I chose this movie is because this is the type of feel I try to give with everybody who comes across. This type of friendship feel this movie exudes, and I think is absolutely perfect. When I started this like journey, long before it was even podcast or anything, just writing reviews, stuff like that, I had some very good friends along the way. You saw one of them today. He's right down there. You know the name well, Madman. Lenny was there through it. You know him well. The Scene Snobs couldn't have done it with all of these people. Just there for me. And you guys do that for me every week. So when I choose this movie, it's because that's what I feel while I do this with all of you. Fanboys. If you haven't seen it, I think you should. It is a type of movie that pulls you in and makes you feel encompassed by everybody. Yeah, it's zany. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's this, that, and the other thing. But there's a lot of heart there. There's a lot of care, and it's a beautiful view of friendship. And that's what I try to create here. When I had this idea for building a channel and having different shows, I want to be educational. I want, in a way, if I can, or inspirational or motivational and all those things. I want to do good. I want to do right by it. Like, I haven't always been perfect in my life, but this is stuff where I can come in and I feel like I can make a difference, talk to people, and shine a light on some of my favorite things to talk about. So this is just been truly an amazing journey with all of you. And I don't want to draw this out. I just want to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for making this feel the way I've always hoped and intended it to feel, if that makes sense to you guys. I just want to say thank you to everybody who's been in the comments tonight. I'm sorry I couldn't read all of them, but I did see them as we went. And thank you so much for all the kind words, everybody. I'm Mick Manhattan from the Scene Snobs. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit that bell. Thank you to our sponsors, StubHub and Entertainment Earth of this episode. We truly appreciate you. The links are down below. I'm not going to bore you with it, but it's there. If you guys want to go check out the Patreon, we have other great shows and stuff there as well. This is just a Read and Riot Act, but I just want to say one thing. It is truly a wonderful time when you spend it with great people, and I got to do that tonight, and I truly appreciate that, and all of them and all of you for doing that with me. So until next time, as I've been saying, inspired by the Madman, be kind, stay classy, and take care of yourself because you're important. All right, everybody, take care. Bye.